Hi, and thanks for watching. It is Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. This is my second video for this early part of the day. This is a project I did on, I think, a couple days ago for my daughter. She brought me a My Little Pony and wanted me to convert it from a stuffed animal to a purse. And I looked at it and went, I don't think so. I couldn't figure out, looking at it, how I could get the zipper on without having to rip all the stuffing out of the head. And the legs were part of the body and stuffed from within the body, and I thought, I don't think couldn't figure out how I would close it. In my mind, I wasn't thinking about lining it. And so she took it away and she brought me this Care Bear and asked me the same thing, to make a backpack out of it. And I looked at it, and for some crazy reason I thought, yeah, we could do that. And I did. Surprisingly, I did actually do it. So here is Share Bear, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I was able to, I took the back and I slid it open. I inserted a strap at the top, a single strap at the top. The bottom, I didn't cut these, I didn't cut into these. All I did was finish the strapping, so it didn't have, the raw edges are sewn inside. And I just sewed them on top of where the leg joins to the body, along that line. So I didn't need to cut that seam open. Now I did have to worry about here, there's a depth on at the bottom of the bear. And so I had to figure out how to do that. I tried a couple different things, tried to figure it out, and what I ended up doing was making a pattern that was the shape of the bear. So I kind of just laid the bear out, traced around it. I already knew from playing with it that this was a 6-inch circle would work for here, because my previous things that I tried didn't work. And then to make up for the, to give it some depth at the base, what I did was I took this circle at the bottom and I made kind of an oval based on these dimensions. And that's what I sewed here. So I sewed this around here, all the way around here, and what I did with the body was I sewed it up to the distance that I needed in order to, where I could open these two up and fit it against here. And it's not a full oval, it's an oval that had with two flat ends on it. So I cut an oval with the ends cut off, essentially, so this was straight. And so this body came up, I stopped sewing it, I flattened it out so it would fit here, so that this would fit around here on both sides. And that way I was able to give it some depth rather than it be flat, for it to be flat. Now on the back, what I ended up doing, this was just I was playing with this on the piece that's actually in there. The one piece is whole, and then this piece, before I did all of this, I cut it in half, and then I sewed it back together, leaving the opening for the distance of the zipper that I have. I knew from here, from the back of the bear to here. So I knew what this distance was. I left it open on here. And in that way, because the way I inserted the zipper was I just took once I had it all built together, like this, I just took this, folded it over, used two-sided tape, the washable two-sided tape on this side, did the same thing on this side, got my tape on it, laid the zipper carefully on top so that it was completely lined up, and then I stuck it on with the tape, and then I was able to sew over that. And then I stuffed this whole thing with the zipper open assembly into the bear, and then I did the same thing on this side. On top of the zipper that was now on there, on the other piece, I put tape, and then I carefully stuck the fur against it and sewed up. I did one side and then I did the other side. On one side I folded it over before I sewed it on, and I realized I didn't need to do that, so the other side I just bumped it straight up against it. And that's what I did. And my daughter also asked me for a pocket, so I did add a pocket, and that was really easy. I just took this circle here and I cut out two pieces, lined it with 808, 809, it was a scrap, and sewed just across the top together, turned it right side out, sewed it again, So there was a top stitching, and then laid it just across the top, and then laid it on here before I sewed this together. So I laid it on the inside here, which took me a minute to figure out because I knew I wasn't going to be turning it right side out, because you shove this in here with the wrong side out, because that's what you're going to see is inside. And it just took me a minute to figure that out and get that straight in my brain. But so I was able to give her a little, it's more of a division because there's really not a lot of room in here, but a pocket back here, which she asked for. I did use all scraps in here, so I was able to do some scrap busting, and she was okay with that. She didn't have a problem with it. And so I'm pretty surprised, but it did turn out. We haven't sewn the strap yet because I ran out of this purple strapping. I only have a little bit left and not enough to make a strap, but we have plenty of straps around here, so was able to try it on with a strap that we had already created for another bag, and it does actually fit together and work. Dropped my camera off the stand, so now I'm holding it. So there it is. Oh, right back there. Right there. That's all I have left in purple strapping. So that was my project for a couple of days ago. I hope you like it. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time. Thanks for watching.